All right, to catch you up, I was able to review a 2023 Toyota Supra manual on the street, and my buddy Dan was gracious enough to let me actually drive it on the track. And I'm going to get a couple of hot laps in with this car and give you my opinion on its track worthiness, how well it handles, and if you guys should get one of these yourselves. The car is basically still completely stock on Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, I think. If you still haven't seen my on-street review of the car, make sure to check that out. Hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel because we put out a video every single Thursday. I did one brisk warm-up lap, and I'll show you guys the tail end of it before I start my 2 hot laps. So let's get into the track experience.
All right, I don't normally get to review stuff where someone lets me drive their car on track. So this is going to be a first for me. My buddy Dan has let me drive his Supra on track, and it's a manual. So, I mean, I love automatics, but I love manuals. So let's see how this thing does. See how I like it. It pulls hard. This definitely pulls pretty hard. So let's see if we can lay down a decent time driving it comfortably. Brakes feel good. It rotates pretty nice. I should have taken that a little wider. On this is phenomenal. Field toe here like I did in the M235. Oh yeah. This is definitely faster than the M235. For sure. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get a 143 in it, because I'm not pushing it like I would in that car, but it definitely is rotating very, very nicely. The pops and bangs are insane. I'm only going to do 2 hot laps from there, so we'll do 1 more hot lap, and then a cool down. We'll see how we do. That was a 143A. Alright, the car's getting a little squirrely now. The tires are definitely hot. It's great. Oh my god. I want one now. It doesn't have a back seat. That's going to be the only reason I won't buy one. I probably could trail brake that, but I'm not going to do it. Holy crap. Dan, you got a great car, buddy. And it's a stick shift, folks. It's a freaking stick shift. I mean, holy crap. Is this thing awesome? A couple things that I'm not obviously doing. I'm not over-rotating the car. I'm not coming out of turns super hot because, you know, the turbo kicks on. I don't want it to kick it out sideways. And also, we're in sport. Traction control is still on. This does have a limited slip, I think, which probably could help me come out of turns a little better. But bone stock, this is about as fast as my Corvette was bone stock when I was here. I had a 142.7 in the Corvette, and this just did a 142.8, and I was pushing the Corvette pretty good, and I really could. This easily has a 140 in it as it sits, I think. Maybe like a 141. Totally as it sits right now, which is crazy.
This episode is brought to you by Extreme Powerhouse. Whether you have a BMW, a Kia Stinger, an Audi, or a Ford Mustang, make sure you check them out. They have a number of performance parts for a ton of different makes and models. And if you go on there and use my coupon code that I'll put in the description below, you'll get access to some extra special discounts. So here's a better lap breakdown with me able to look at the tape. A good idea of power to weight ratio is how fast I go on the main straight here, which in the Corvette, I hit 118 after the 400 mark. And here I was hitting 118 miles an hour before the 400 mark. The car is rated at 382 horsepower from the factory, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's 382 to the wheels. My Corvette makes 393 to the wheels, and I think this might be just as fast. Both cars are very similar weight. I didn't even really need to stand on the brakes to get them to work. They slowed the car down considerably easily from that speed. What I was really impressed with this car was that the power delivery was still kind of linear, even though it's a turbocharged car. So I was able to modulate the pedal coming around these turns and rotate the back of the car ever so slightly. The limited slip differential makes a world of a difference when you're coming out of a turn like that. Once you're back on the pedal all the way though, the turbo spools up great and it has great power delivery. I was just really impressed with my ability to be able to stick the car in any direction that I wanted to on the track, with the back end being able to come around ever so slightly like that. Even over Wheelie Hill, there was no time on the track where I felt like I was lacking any confidence in the car. I did let off and brake a little earlier here than I normally do, just because I don't want to take that turn too hot. I'm not overly familiar with the car, but my heel toe downshift into third coming around this turn felt great. Coming up to the next stretch of turns here, this next one after this one is off camber. It's called Helicopter, and I really felt like I could trail brake this turn, but again, not my car. I'm not going to risk it like that, but it easily could shave some time off trail braking it there. For me, these next two turns are the slowest part of the track, and you really want to have a lot of torque for this turn and the next one going up the hill, and this car has a ton of it. I try to get as much speed as I can coming up this hill through these S's and try to go through it as straight as possible. But right here, I probably get the most G-force I do it anywhere else on the track, and it handled it fine. Coming around this turn, got down to what, 50 miles an hour? There's easily some more time left on the table there as well. More laps in the car, I easily would be able to take that turn a lot faster. But even so, only 0.2 of a second slower than my Corvette the first time I had it out as well. Overall, the day went great for Dan as well. He started the day in the 150s, rode with me and our other buddy Jay Swift, and progressively got faster and faster. By the end of the day, he actually had a 142.6, which is 0.3 of a second faster than I had in the car at the end of the day. I think the real kicker, when you remove all variables and just have Dan versus Dan, he was actually 2 seconds faster in this car than he was in his 2016 F80 M3, which was also a stick at the same track, which I think is really impressive and says a lot about this car. The only difference is the F80 was on some more whooped Nitto NT05s, but I still don't think that even if they were on the same set of tires that it would have made a difference. I think he still would have been at least a second faster. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think this would be a great track car for you? Would you still get it in an automatic instead of a manual? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you're looking for a great way to support our channel, check out lowboostfilms.com. We have a ton of merchandise on there, from hoodies, t-shirts, hats, mugs, coasters, you name it. We also have a bunch of car parts that we've reviewed on our channel in the past to make sure that they're decent for you to get on there as well for a good price, so make sure you check that out. Thank you guys very much for watching, and in the meantime, check out these videos that I already have ready to go if you can't wait until next week's episode.